Hi everyone, welcome to What's in the Papers with me, Sister Eden, right here on Pigeon City. Thank you for joining me today. So, can you see? Can you see it? I'm lollipopping today. Let's get into what's in the papers today. I have a story by Darlington Fojuo from Wa. Have we done a story? Because we've done a story from Wa, so I'm guessing we've done it. That's not the point. Let's get to the point. The story is titled Engage Boys in Domestic Chores. Parents advised. Parents have been advised to engage boys in domestic chores. And you may be asking, which kids are even doing chores today? Because the type of children that I see around, they just be sitting in the back seat of their parents' cars to and fro, to and fro. They are not doing anything in the house. So, it's easy to be dismissive of subjects like this because of your catchment area, but they are still very rural places and they are still very traditional parents around. So, it's important that we get this kind of advice every now and then, right? Let's get into the story written for the Spectator newspaper by Darlington Fojo in Wa. Let's get into it. Parents have been advised to distribute domestic chores and roles to ensure that boys supported girls to have maximum study time and improve upon their academic performance. Ms. Dorcas Zuga, the national chairperson for the Young Urban Women Movement, that's YUWM, that's the Young Urban Women Movement, Charlie. A movement under the Action Aid Ghana, a non-governmental organization, said males mostly perform better than their female colleagues at school because of the less burden they have at home. She stated that it was necessary to give girls the support they needed to ensure that they climbed up the academic ladder like their male counterparts. Now, I have a question. Do you believe that do you believe this? Do you believe that girls are having a lot more work to do at home and so they are not able to study more? Do you believe that with all the free time that boys get, they use it to study and so they are better than their female counterparts? I don't know. But let's move on. Ms. Zuga stated this at the launch of the Upper West Regional Chapter of the YUWM at WA by the Action Aid. The YUWM is an organization of a group of women with the objective of empowering young women living in rural and urban communities of Ghana with skills to secure economic independence and have control over their bodies, as well as advocate better opportunities and rights in the areas of sexual and gender-based violence, unpaid care work, and decent work. In an attempt to address the impact of unpaid care work on schoolgirls, Ms. Zuga said if mothers redistributed chores and made boys to assist, girls would have some time on their hands to study and engage in other productive ventures. That I agree with. I mean, other productive ventures, but studying. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I was a lazy student, so I didn't grab every opportunity to, do some extra studies, right? Let's move on. So, Ms. Zuka said, these girls wake up and do so much that they get exhausted even before the day begins. They have to do so much chores and get exhausted even before they go to school and therefore are unable to concentrate. She cited instances where, as a little girl, she would be in class but will be thinking of the number of buckets of water she would need to draw home after school and which route to use to get to the source of water in addition to the evening meal she would be preparing for the family. So you see what I said about being dismissive of these type of subjects, because there are areas where they still do not have the amenities that these kids that are sitting in the back seats of their parents' cars every day enjoy. They still have to go and draw water from a well or from a stream. They still have to wake up at dawn to go attend went to the farm. I remember the village. I didn't grow up there, but I visited there often because I had relatives there. There are some kids that will have to go and hawk before school, so they will have the sachets of Milo or something of the sort on their heads and carry it around the village before they come home and then dress up and take a bath and dress up and go to school. So that's why I'm saying that it's easy to be dismissive of these type of subjects, but it's necessary because there are still people who are going through it. She says a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And she goes on to talk about sexual and gender-based violence. She said that she was worried that most of the abuses suffered at home were perpetuated by females against females, such as mothers or sisters-in-law against daughters-in-law, and asked that women should support each other so that they could jointly demand same respect from men. We need mothers-in-law who support daughters-in-law and not abuse them so that together they can demand for their rights from the men in the home. But this does not happen overnight. It happens as a result of awareness creation and good communication skills, she added. So, what have you learned from this? Tell me in the comments. It's important to engage boys in domestic chores. The modern reason for this is that so that they do not grow up to be entitled people, for want of a entitled people, right? So that they know how to do some chores, by themselves. But there are still people who are in situations today in 2023 where there are cultures where boys do know house chores and men do nothing at home. All they do is, they go to work and they come back from work, or they go to school and they come back from school. All the heavy lifting, all the house chores are done by girls and women. There are still cultures like that. And they have seen that it's affecting their education, and it's important to bring it to the fore. This was a story by Darlington Fojo. I read it to you. I'm Sister Edem, and this has been what's in the papers on Pigeon City. You've been informed.